Hello, everyone. Apologies for the delay. That's totally on me and on me only. But without any further details, as they're not required, let's get into this. So, hello and welcome to another episode of Contact Lost, where we go live with the Monitorum Field Manual updates. With me tonight are my two co-hosts, Danny
Shema.
and my son.
Hello there.
I'm basing,
Um,
by the way, while we do this, so.
Yeah, you know that painting is not required, yeah?
Yeah. My I finally got the actual new Gene Stealers and not the old ones delivered, so I'm just painting them because I want to use them now. So.
nice.
Perfect.
Nice. Right, so a lot of people have already done this yesterday, and we're doing this today. We've had a chance to sleep on the changes, and this is obviously not because we've planned the whole week to do it today, as we were expecting the state on Thursday, but we've had a merry little surprise yesterday with the actual release. Right, without any further ado, first of all, a massive thank you to our sponsors, the Army Painter and Weyland-Yutani, as well as our community of patrons and YouTube members. And now, let's get into it once I put it on the screen, and Danny and my son can just chat something in the meantime, so I can actually look for it.
What's he looking for?
I'm looking for the points changes, or I might just
You
steal
are
the
very
stat check
prepared
one.
today. It's impressive.
Yeah,
Level of preparation you've made.
Yeah, but I can blame it on the kids. I can always
They can't. Oh, come on, they can't defend themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This will be recorded someday, and they will definitely watch the episode.
Yes, there's digital evidence of this.
Digital evidence of child blame. I don't know how to call it.
Well, when that day arrives, I'll just have to be ready for it.
Like you're ready today, yes.
No, probably better than today. Your blabbering was supposed to help me, and it's not right now. So you guys need to improve and talk about something else rather than
might be
have a laugh at my expense.
That could be the hardest question that you will get from your child.
It could
One
be.
of the hardest.
I actually hope that will be the hardest question I ever
Daddy,
get.
why do your viewers hate me?
Oh, don't worry about it, honey. They don't know you. You don't need to worry about that. All right, MFM impact. Let's use the stat check doc so that I know what the actual changes are, or what the magnitude of them is.
I guess the first question is have you read the changes?
I have.
Fantastic.
It's not faction by faction. I'm not actually a fan. All right, let's do it the old way.
Yeah, let's go for the maybe point manual, and this is like the biggest one.
Yes.
And then we can go just slightly for or maybe just start from the Pararac Nexus. This is kind of interesting.
Yeah, there are actually some changes in the missions, right? And they're actually huge. They're actually very huge.
They're very impactful for the for the game dynamic.
I feel like I've missed something there, and I'm not sure if I have or not. But I didn't read anything about missions.
Danny, I will ask a question. Have you read the rules changes?
I read the points, and then I thought, this is it. This is all I need. I didn't realize it was fucking rules changes to the mission. I'm like, okay, we're all learning today.
Yeah, definitely. Watch out when you're counting your primary points round 5 when going for a secret mission. You might be in for an unpleasant surprise if you haven't read anything on that.
All right, lay it on us, Chief.
So that's one of the changes, right? You no longer score your primary on round 5 if you've opted for the secret mission, which is huge, as in Prayer Nexus, the combination of going second, end of game scoring, and the secret mission on top of that usually allowed you to score like 40 points in round 5 alone. So you could just ignore primary for the majority of the game beforehand, especially on missions like Lynchpin, which has also changed, where it's now capped at 15 points per turn. Have I missed any of those mission
Oh, I
changes?
did not know that. That's nice. Oh,
There you go.
shit.
Okay, so you will play a tournament in a day or two. International one.
Oh man, I'm gonna cheat so much this weekend.
At least he's going to have his models based, so he's got that going.
Yeah,
For him.
that's the important fact. Yeah, yeah.
They are being based, yes.
Okay, so back to the topic. I would like to comment on that because for me personally, the biggest issue with the Parallel Nexus were basically secret missions, which like changed the dynamic of a game, and going second. Yeah, going second basically gave problem a big advantage for the player because of the secret mission, because you could score this 20 points plus primary points easily. So could just sit down in the deployment zone and wait until turn 5. Then turn 5 go all in on 3 objectives, or if there is a mission with hidden supplies, for example, it's super easy to get a secret mission. But now after the change, it doesn't feel that strong anymore. Because you will still, if you don't pick secret mission, you will still probably score like 15 points at the end of turn 5, going second. So in like most of the missions, so it's like a trade-off is like 5 points, and you should basically gain these 5 points on primaries in the earlier turns. On the other hand, going first, you rarely took secret missions. If there is a capacity to do that, you can be easily blocked by the opponent, just stepping out, for example, from the objectives, giving you a primary advantage for a turn 3 when you pick the secret mission, and then just go on. So I'm happy to see this change. Because the secret missions right now are not that valuable as they were.
Yeah, I think it's good because it's sort of, it actually forces the person who goes second to actually play the game. It was so uninteractive. It was so it just took over the whole decision making process until turn 5. So, and now this can actually force someone who goes first to play a bit more aggressive, because they don't have to hold out till turn 5 to deny the secret mission on some matchups. So I think this is a really good change. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, and I'm happy that they haven't just scraped them completely, right? So
no, honestly, I would like to see them just fucking go, if I'm honest with you, because I think they're stupid. Like, I understand what they're trying to do. All they had to do was, like, if you go second, I don't know, maybe score like an extra 5 points on primary or whatever. But like, the whole secret mission is still, you can still play the game, still go second, and still get 40 on primary with the secret mission. So I do think it's very subtle, because it's too easy, really, for a lot of armies to score. Like Thousand Suns, for example, it's so easy for them to just score a lot of primary turn 4 and then score secret mission. Because, you know, most of the time their opponents are just whittled way down at that point. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's definitely a change for the better, right? I think we can all agree on that.
I think it's changed for the better, but and also when you go too aggressive turn 4, you still risk something, because you need to actually survive and not just step on the objective. So you get the there's something interactive. So you can't because for now, especially combination of linchpin and secret mission was a disaster. Like
it was, yeah, definitely.
I hate that, especially against Grey Knights, right?
Yeah, everything basically.
Yeah.
Everything that can.
Thousand Suns, like you
can
mentioned,
survive.
was obnoxious as well, among a lot of things. I'm a little bit disappointed here. We wouldn't be Polish if we didn't nag about something. I wish they did something with terraform, because it still gives like humongous advantage when you go first, right? You can just terraform everything and score additional primary all the way to the end, and your opponent can't do jack shit about it.
I mean, I wouldn't say you can't do jack shit about it. It depends entirely on what your army is against your opponent's army, right? If say you're something that's really like MSU based that doesn't do a lot of damage in one go, and your opponent's Death Wing Knights behind the ruin, sure, you can't do much, but they can't terraform if you're on the objective. If you control the objective.
Yeah, exactly. But if you go first, then you just terraform all of them because you're fast.
Yeah, but terraform ends at the end of your opponent's turn, right? So you can deny their objective. Sure, if you go second, it actually requires you to invest to do that. But a lot of armies, I think, if they allow the opponent to like terraform one objective and then not allow the others, they can later in the game actually terraform themselves if they play it correctly. This is what I found, at least. So it's not as bad. It's still not amazing. It's not perfect, but it's not as problematic as, let's say, Lynchburn is, if you ask me.
All right, fair enough. You're entitled to your own opinion.
Yeah, I agree with Danny, to be honest, with that. That this is still like you have an option to be interactive with Terraform.
Mm.
I don't know, because I haven't played this mission much because it's not under WTC missions, so I played this once or twice so far. I don't see them as that big problem, because you need to surviving the turn. It's not easy, and the majority of the objectives right now in the middle are in the open, so
yeah.
It just requires you to use the resources.
Exactly. I think it's more of a case of the going first has an advantage because they can dictate what resources you utilize, and they can use that to their advantage. But the actual scoring mechanic of it, I don't think it's too bad.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I think that's all the mission changes, right? Apart from that, we've had some clarifications on what you select on for Marked for Death and how to resolve that. And I think, yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Right. So
quick podcast.
Yeah, nice one, right? Okay, shall we go to the points, or is there anything else we want to discuss? I mean, I don't think there's been that many changes apart from the points, obviously.
I mean, there's also blood surge change, right?
Yeah, one change that
yes.
Let's mention it. So blood surge or search moves, basically, Curse cultists and berserkers and stuff like this. They're right now limited to once per turn per phase. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do a couple of search moves, which is big, especially when it comes to world eaters and berserkers.
Yeah, but same for a curse, right? It was a durable blob, and you could just abuse the search and keep moving and moving and moving. And I'm not sure if the berserkers search move counted in being battle shocked as a condition.
No, I think they all had that. You could not be battle shocked.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so you couldn't come out of a transport, have it blown up, and then surge your way into combat. So I think they've had that since the index came out.
All right, fair. Well, that has been brought in line anyway, regardless. So it's nice to see that G-dubs aren't making like the mistake that used to happen in previous edition, where a mechanic was introduced and then for one unit, then it was introduced in subsequent codices, but it was never like brought in line to be a mechanic with a single name. So that's actually nice to see.
Yeah, this is a good change.
All right.
Have we lost him? Is he just hiding, or?
Yeah, I'm hiding because like my internet connection is really bad right now. So
okay.
When on camera, I feel like it's kind of delayed. So
I see.
But I'm still here.
Okay. Wave. Hello. All right. Points changes.
Yeah, let's go to the points changes, right? Let's put them on the screen.
Oh my god, technology.
Yes, technology. Let's take advantage of it.
This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. Oh.
Yes. It's very red.
I've never been so excited to see red in my entire life. I just can't see why. There's no red on the Exorcist. What's that about? No,
yeah, that's not one.
There's no red on Exorcist, and this is like something that you should be actually worried about.
Yeah. And someone really hates St. Catherine. They really do not like her.
I mean, 250 points, right? Yeah, so let's go for big changes here. Catherine got a massive hit by going 60 points up. So it's a massive change. I don't feel like this is... I think that this is too weak. She deserves...
Yeah, you're still going to take her, aren't you, at this point's cost for what she brings?
Probably.
I think it's more of a choice now, isn't it, rather than you have to. Kind of
yes, and she's only like needed necessarily in Bringers of Flame. So you can skip her right now in the other detachments. But for the rules that she brings, I don't think. I would much better see her at, for example, 220 points. It would be more fair, because Sisters lists are actually a really low unit count. Well, I don't think that they were necessarily that overpowered in terms of like what we saw at, for example, at WTC.
I think Sisters has the issue that Eldar have, right? Where they are low unit, they're sort of squishy, but they have layers and layers and layers of rules.
Yeah.
And it's hard to balance.
Yes, exactly. And both Eldar and Sisters got the same rules to just have some substitution for roles. But going points by points, I think the Seraphim squad hit is not necessary here. The same with Immolator and Dominion. This is something that I don't agree on. Castigator, fair. I mean, the Castigator at 150 was super auto pick, basically. Hit on Paragon Warsuits, I felt that for 210 points they were already like too expensive after I played them, and they were only viable on WTC terrain alone without Morven. And Morven, still, I think that's not much deserved.
Yeah, but I mean, I think these are quite expected, right? Those are all of the most commonly picked units, right? I'm surprised Saint Celestine's unchanged, right? Like, go away, you're resurrecting bitch already.
I've barely seen her get picked.
She can die anyway.
I mean,
wow.
She's actually the only unit that can survive something apart from vehicles in the codex. So, and yeah, basically she would take her with Seraphim squad usually, and Seraphim squad got hit a little bit. I'm kind of disappointed. I would much prefer to have like a hit on Exorcist, because
yeah, of course, because you were playing first Seraphim instead of Exorcist, so obviously you're disappointed with these changes.
Exorcists are a problem.
I mean, my current my sister list got triple Exorcist. Got triple Exorcist before the nerf, and 30 Seraphims was because I personally I don't want to bully people with triple highly efficient indirect shooting. But
yeah, I can see why they've nerfed the what's it called, the I see why they've picked some of these things that they've nerfed, because the other ones that like pop up in most lists. But I agree that I don't think Seraphim needs to be nerfed. I think maybe they probably could have like increased the cost of the jump pack Canoness, because she's more of the problem, I would say, in Bringers of Flame. Sorry, go on.
To be honest, the only thing that they needed to do is to limit the death wounds output from the stratagem up, for example, up to
6.
maximum 6, and it's all fine to stick with the current costs.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if we had an actual data slate this time of the year, that's something that they might have done at that point.
Yeah.
But since it's only points, this is all they could do, right?
I think the only thing I would disagree on is I think Dominions going up is fine. Being able to split them and then having like one squad with like all melters, when you factor in everything that you can put into that unit in terms of the rules, it's kind of really good when you think it's going to be what? 62.5 points? Fine.
To be honest, you can still play Battle Sisters in that emulator, and they will do basically the same.
Yeah.
You still have like the same. You don't have like 4 Meltas, but to be honest, when playing Dominion squads for Meltas, you never counted on them doing something. It was just a bonus that you did something with those Meltas.
If they made it so their reactive move cannot get them back into a transport, then I would 100% argue then they should have a points decrease, because that's too much. But
I don't think they should be decreased, but staying at the same point level should be okay, basically. 10 wounds for more than 100 points with toughness 3 and 3 up save.
That's fair.
Yeah, but they will stay. They will be played in the league.
Yeah, sisters are still very good, right? Like they still have enough
because we have for triple exorcist list.
Yes.
So
yeah.
And apart from the most commonly picked data sheets, we've also have increases on all of the enhancements from the Bringers of Flame detachment. Myson, do you think that can incentivize people more to play the other detachments, or would Bringers of Flame still be the one to go?
I think that Hallowed Martyrs is actually quite good right now. But Bringers got those advance and shoot possibility on vehicles, and the vehicles are still the strongest picks here. So I don't know, to be honest, for now.
It's interesting. It's finally a tank edition. It's the first one
It's been a tank. It's been a tank edition for a while.
Yeah,
but
no, that's true.
Finally,
exactly. Haven't had one in my 40k life before.
I hate tanks.
I know you do. Right, now we've got Custodes.
Fun one. Everyone loves Custodes. So fun. Such a boring army. Yay, Virtus Praetors went up. Yay, Dreadnoughts went up. No one's going to take them. Let's move on.
It went down.
Down. It's the same shit. Up, down, up, down.
Is what you meant. Yeah, but
now this dreaded old Dreadnought lists from like edition ago are more likely to be. They're going back. No,
from the dead.
No, they're not.
Not really.
No. It is such a pointless change.
Yeah, they seem very insignificant, these changes. And I think that's a bit of a surprise, right? Because Custodes aren't really your most oppressive army right now.
I mean, they are fairly balanced right now, to be honest, with the costs.
I mean, we'll see how they will fit in the new metagame right now, right?
Because Custodes are a problem. It's a very, very hard thing to balance. So I agree with Myson that I think they're in a fine spot. Maybe, small changes like this, see if it impacts anything, and then come back to it. But I think they're fine. Admech, yay!
Admech. Yep. So some drops on lesser used units, increases on the most often picked ones. So obviously the Teraxi. Teraxi or Teraxi? Danny, how should that be pronounced?
It's a silent P, like pterodactyl, Taraxi.
Exactly. Thought so, but I'd still say the P because we're Polish.
Patak.
If there's a letter, it makes sense to say it.
No, that's not how we do English.
Yeah, clearly not.
Yeah.
And then the shooting chickens, the Ballistari also got hit, and obviously the Skitari Vanguard that.
I still don't know why they're called chickens for what it's worth. But no, these are good changes, right? Because
they've
I
got
think
chicken legs.
Okay,
Okay,
they got chicken legs.
Maybe they look more of an ostrich, but that's just harder word.
What the fuck happened in your biology class? Jesus Christ.
Don't ask, Danny. Don't ask.
Yeah, no, I think with Admech is one of them armies where it's like it was low key really strong. For me, at least for me, in my opinion, with like the right pilot, you can do a lot of shit with it. And obviously, Taraxia, with the being able to shoot, move, it's kind of annoying to play. I don't know why. I'm not sure why priests went down. I thought priests were already pretty good for that points cost, but maybe the Fulgurite. But
they were not
Corpuscari.
They were not played much. I don't know which of them are shooting, but I guess Corpuscari are the shooty one.
Mm-hmm.
So them with the correct detachment and transport, spamming a lot of like small shots around, they're really fine.
Yeah, they're really good. So and the reason why we didn't see them played in my opinion is was just better options. Like
yes,
Chiraxi spam was just better.
Wrong. There were better detachments basically.
Yeah.
That's the reason. With the chickens, I don't particularly agree that they deserved an increase, but because they were like, for Skitari 100 cohort, okay, they were maybe too efficient with the buffs and stuff around, but for the like other detachments, people just tended to drop some of the chickens in the lists recently. But I think they're still fair to take. Onarger got a point drop, which is fine because this was like a good model.
Mm-hmm.
Flying guys. So Taraxi, well deserved nerf. I guess spamming them should never be an option. I would probably limit the unit sizes to 5 though.
I would agree. I think that's a good change. And limit unit sizes, and then maybe drop the points because the issue was the 10, right?
Yeah,
it just did too much.
With all the buffs from Skitari 100 cohorts, potentially move blocking everything, and just that was the issue, not the direct point costs. To be honest.
I agree. Oh, actually, before you move on, is Stilts Boy, did he go down? What was he called?
The what?
What's the character called on the stilts?
Yeah, the Stratos. Onion
Stratos. There he is. His 50 points.
Bro.
Maybe in some distant future, someone might play him.
I'm not going to play this model unless I find a good alternative somewhere.
Unless it costs 10 points.
What are you talking about? He's like right up there on innovative design. Like, imagine a lone up that you can see from the other side of the battlefield.
No, he just stands too high, so you can.
It's the easiest headshot I've ever seen. Snipers get plus one to hit against him.
Definitely. Do you guys think that we'll be seeing more of Advec now? I mean, it seems like
now they got nerfed.
All the good players agree that it's a good army, and no one's really playing it.
Admech is very expensive, and it's a very specific playstyle.
I would play Admech, to be honest, personally, if only it doesn't require me to bring like 3 boxes of models around. To be honest, that's a reason. That's really a reason that I'm not bringing this army for tournaments, because I do have all the models. I like the playstyle, and Yeah.
So laziness, kind of, or just...
maybe old age. I'm getting old and my back
Yeah, right.
hurts.
No, I think it's laziness. I mean, 40k players don't read rules packs, so obviously carrying models is also
rules
too much of an
changes.
issue.
Why read rules packs when your opponent will tell you the second you get it wrong? It's efficiency. We're about efficiency here.
He's not reading it either, so how will they know?
Then I win.
Like, and then since
win-win situation, I guess.
And then it occurs that since 2 years we are playing both wrong game.
Yeah. And then the internet finds out, and I'm cancelled forever.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Let's go with Eldars.
Now we've got Eldari. We've got quite a bunch of points decreases. Shining Spears surely are making a return after a 2 additional style.
I hate to say this. I hate to be the one to say this, but they kind of did need a points drop. I'm not sure I'm happy I'm going to see Fire Prisoners on the table because I fucking hate them. But I do think that they needed a points drop, and I never thought I'd ever say that in my life.
I think the problem is not with the point cost, but especially on WTC tables, those vehicles can't hide. You can't hide the Fire Prism properly on the boards, and this is the main issue with them, in my opinion. So basically,
that's why they use another to shoot, right?
Yeah. But the vehicles got point decreases here.
Well, Falcon and the Fire Prism and the Wraith Knight, if you count that as a vehicle,
and Wave Serpent.
It's a monster. The Wraith Knight is a monster.
Yeah. Oh no, I hate Wave Serpents.
Yeah,
but that's also because of sins of the past.
So this is fine, I guess, but still the army probably will not come back. There isn't this issue with balancing this army, like with Sisters, and too many layers of rules, it's just hard to balance it.
Hopefully the codex will fix it, they'll tone it down, but then after seeing Sisters, it's like, I'm not
come on, we all know how it will end. After we see the codex, we all do a podcast and just
and then hand in resignations.
You could only say that if you started playing 10 6 months ago.
That is true.
Then you could be that naive.
But going back here, I think that this doesn't bring the Eldari back to the metagame, at least not in top factions.
It gives an alternative playstyle that is affordable, though, I think, at least, which is nice. But if top tables, it's not going to be much of a problem.
Yeah, but still, the basic units that you need to take, so Warp Spiders and stuff around, like Warp Spiders, 25 points per model, come on. It's nonsense, I think. Dire Avengers, which are like just standard infantry for 14 points per model, come on.
Oh God,
I'm really finding it. I was about to say I'm really finding it hard to find sympathy here, and I'm doing my best.
Astra Militarum.
Let's stop being emotional.
No, we're not here for objectiveness. Stop it. The guard. Bulgren got a whopping 40-point increase on the 6-man squad.
Yeah.
Tank commander's gone up, but he can now order himself.
Yes.
For him. Although
not just that, but he gets also lethals.
Yeah.
But when he dies, he doesn't shoot as much.
What?
As in
what?
Well,
did he lose a gun or?
No, I mean there are less circumstances in which he shoots upon death, right? So it doesn't work. What? Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to try and find it. Whilst you can.
Have you got a different PDF than we do? Did you get some new rules?
Maybe. Yeah, it could be.
I think. I think that like tank commanders got a quality of life upgrade. So they are totally fine for their points right now. Ordering themselves, lethals, they're really good.
Now,
in my opinion.
What I think is really interesting is a fucking Ogrin squad.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
know how many? Do you know how many shots 18 Ogrins put out? If you give them rapid fire, 104 AP 2 damage 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it 114?
Yes,
114. Yeah.
I just need to
360 points.
So we don't see Bulgrins anymore. We'll see Ogrins, and
yes. They're not as survivable because it's a 5-up save, but it's still 3 wound, toughness 6 body, with 6 shots in rapid fire range.
6 shots per model.
Per model, it's 6 shots per guy. It's amazing. It's incredible.
And damage
Joke is still and damage and AP2 if it's closest. AP2 damage 2, you can make it ignore cover. That is pretty good if you ask me.
They can take. Can they take orders from Leontus? I don't remember.
They can take orders. Orders. Yes.
Yes. So you get Leontus, triple Ogren squad. You can get them +1 to ballistic skill probably.
Yes. But you can get +1 to ballistic skill or +1 armor save. But yeah, they can hit on 3s, 6 shots each. Right? What's that? 24 per squad. Oh, it's more than 24 per squad. 6 times 6, 36 per squad. Oh my god, math is hard. It's pretty spicy for the points cost. The only obvious issue is that they kind of do die, but toughness 6, 5-up saving cover is for 120 points for 6. It's not terrible. 20 points a model.
It's not.
No, it's pretty.
And
good.
they can also fight quite a bit.
They can fight. They've got, is it 6 attacks or something? No, 4 attacks. Strength 6, AP 1, damage 1.
Yeah.
It's like, so for 20 points a model, that is really good value. And I can see Joker's really struggling to find his tank commander logic. Are you there? Do you need help? Did someone sell you some lies?
Yeah.
What you're looking for, you know what's really daft is, I forgot its name. Is the new kill team at 90 points equilons.
Oh yeah.
The guys that just drop 3 inches and shoot you, and then shoot you again.
It's not even the fact that they drop 3 inches. It's the fact that you can res them and drop 3 inches again. Like Wyson says, it's not about shooting. Imagine you're about to go and line up a charge, and your opponent's like, nope, they'll just drop 3 inches, and you're wrapped. It's so stupid, is what it is. It's so stupid. Sorry, Martin, you're gonna say something.
The thing is that they are 10 men, so move blocking is like, come on, you can easily move block with Aquilons. I don't remember. I haven't read the shooting, and stuff around, and there were already like 3 squads of them in my list. So come on.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't know why they've looked at this and thought, hey, this is a really good rule. Let's add this in. But like for 90 points, that's absolutely insane value. For how disruptive it is for your opponent's spawns.
I guess those kill team boxes will sell out quite fast.
Probably. But anyway, Guard looked really in a really good position. A lot of other armies, as we'll go into, are getting nerfed. I think he's put them in a good spot. Sisters and Thousand Sons getting nerfed is definitely a big one for them.
I think the Guard is still going to, right now. Guard is going to be, I'm not sure S tier, but definitely the top 5 factions that we should include in the team comps.
Absolutely.
Right, let's move on to Black Templars.
So finally! This was such good news. Oh my god. I was fucking dreading after WTC set, thinking, I've seen so many people on TTS trying to play this Crusader squad. 100 Crusaders, I really can't be arsed with this. And they've killed it. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Continue.
So how many fit in now? Only 80? Or even less than that?
What's the point increase?
Increase.
Know, just do the math. Just do the math of 2,000 divided by 290. No,
it's 20 points on a squad. Wait, hold up. Crusader squad 20, Primaris Crusader squad 40 points.
Okay, yeah. So basically one squad less, I guess.
And I think the one squad less is a critical mass.
Yeah. 100% the list doesn't exist right now.
And I'm so happy. I'm sorry, Olivier, who likes to run this shit, but it's like this is not what everyone else should be running. And thank God this is so healthy that we got rid of this.
Yay. Right, happy thoughts.
So many angry viewers right now.
Oh, yikes. Blood Angels have got their actual codex points.
Yeah, this is, I think, super misleading. Because if I remember correctly, this is from the codex, not from the last points cost.
But you mean compared to?
Yeah. I think it's compared to the codex. I could be wrong. But like I think because of all the red, I think it looks worse than it is. But I think Blood Angels are in a really good spot right now.
Yeah, but they've done it like this, I think, before with Tau, I think, as well. They've colored them depending on compared to the codex costs, which was surprising for everyone who had not had a chance to grab the pre-released book within the army set. So anyway, we've got a supposed increase on the Battle Predators and the Captain, as well as Death Company with jump packs. Also, something that I'm not sure we've noticed here before, but the Death Company with jump packs has different points cost for 5-man units and a 10-man units. It's not a simple multiplication any longer.
Yeah, this is something that I believe it started. Last time, the last update, there was some kind of this updates.
I actually think that Scourges had this done even 2 updates ago.
Yeah, but they are different.
That unit was so obvious for it, right?
Was
because
also
the additional
bodies
right? Give very little value, right? To the unit.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like to see that this such an approach is common right now.
Yeah, I think it's really good. It discourages obviously people spamming the big bricks that are obviously the most difficult to remove and focus on an MSU. It's happened now. We can see this in quite a few as we scroll down quite a few armies. But I think it's a really good change, and I like it a lot. Having played against Blood Angels,
it looks like it's discouraging taking MSU units because it's the 10-man model is the 10-man unit is
right.
Is
okay, yeah. So I believe it's the not Vanguard veterans, the Assault Intercessors, which on packs went up if you took 5, and less if you took that 10. I'm not even
talents and aberrants for sure, but we'll get to that later.
Yes. But. And if you what's the difference one here? I don't see any change.
Where?
Right. If you take 5 instead of 10. Right, I guess because you probably have more value in just taking 5 in a captain because the captains are quite smashy. But either way, I think Blood Angels is in a good spot. I've played against it a couple of times in the last week, and it looks really interesting, like really powerful. Sanguinary Guard at 135 or 270 points for what they bring is like really high value. I would not be surprised if you saw like two lots of 6. It's very kitty, quite survivable when led. It's an interesting unit.
I think like
quite easily go with 18, right?
You can go with 18, but I personally think like 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is fine.
Yeah, that's because, a good idea.
You have Dante to above the 1 squad, so 6-man squad, and then 3 models are enough usually to kill something. And 6-man squads are usually overkill and 270 points. For that points, you can get a Death Company with jump packs. Basically, depends on the metagame, but I think that Death Company with jump packs are better for that points.
That's fair. I think a strong mix between the two is a good stat profile.
The problem is that Sanguinary Guard, every model that is dead basically is brings the value of the units like down more than with Dev Company Marines. So it depends on the metagame, because every Melta shot for Sanguinary Guard that goes through an infil save will just bring one model dead, and
Yep, that's your usual issue, right? With elite infantry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting what kind of build prevails here. Is it a more Dev Company heavy one or a more Sank Guard heavy one?
I think MSU is the play. Like what I've seen the most popular is like 2 bricks, a Sanguinary Guard, and then Lamartis with a Dev Company, and then a lot of MSU. You know, playing the missions, clear screens, and all that, and it seems to work quite well. So,
does Lamarti still give -1 damage?
Of course.
Bodies.
Yes, he does.
Of course he does.
Little bastard.
Of course he does. All right. Well, we'll be seeing a lot of Blood Angels in
they are popular, aren't
future. And I think with the changes to the other Space Marine chapters, they'll be even more prevalent. Chaos Demons. I want to say I'm a bit disappointed with the changes. There's very little of them to begin with. The Renmaster and the Blood Throne is sort of deserved, although I have to check how big a change that is, because it looks pretty big. It's 15 points. It's a bit steep.
I mean, he provides quite a lot, but yeah, I don't know. That's a difficult one to us because he is quite impactful on a game. I don't understand why he went up, but not the Great Unclean one.
I mean, okay, yeah, what you're saying obviously makes sense, but still, on the Rendmaster, I think rather than increasing the points, maybe they could have just changed that the effect doesn't stack. Because apart from the Rendmaster, you don't really have much damage apart from the Greater Demons in this book whatsoever, and even the Greater Demons aren't actually that great. A Beast of Nurgle has gone down, also a little bit surprising, as that was one of the most efficient units.
Yeah, this is something that shouldn't occur, basically, because it's impactful for potential allying in the Beast of Nurgle. There are like 2 efficient for their points.
That was the first thing I thought, oh my god, Chaos Knight's going to get annoying if you start adding a few of these in.
Yeah, this is a problem, I guess. And with Rendmaster, I would say that it was not necessary. To be honest, the only issue I have with Demos so far is the Great Unclean one with 4-up Film Pain. That's the only issue that I think that is highly non-interactive and basically should be changed somehow, maybe to 5-up Film Pain or something like that. This is the only thing that makes me worried about Demons, to be honest. The rest is probably but actually the things like Bloodletters cost too much, in my opinion.
I mean, I think every unit here that isn't a Greater Demon is too expensive for what it offers.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is, well, with this is you can argue that they were expensive, but if you make them too cheap, they're just there's going to be a click and they'll just be too strong. I think it's a very hard dial to fine tune because of how Demons works. Because it's quick, they can come out at 6 inches, charge on a 5. If you have too many, it's just too much.
I'm not as convinced because it's slow strength attacks. You can't take that many models in the units. It's not Horde Army.
What do you define as low strength attacks? Because, like, Bloodletters are strength 5. The Slanesh horsey seekers, strength 5 or 6. What
5.
is
There's nothing here, again, apart from Greater Demons, that has a strength higher than 5.
Soul Grinder?
That's like a semi-Greater Demon, okay? So
no. You said Greater Demons.
Okay. You want to play that game? Fuck off then.
I mean, no, I get what you're saying, but it's like damage isn't everything, right? And
that's
the
true.
fact that they are very good, if there's too much, they are very good at just coming in and tying everything up. And with invulnerable saves across the board, you are paying a premium for that. And I think here you're not paying the premium for the damage, you're paying the premium for the mobility. And it is, in my opinion, one of the most mobile armies in the game.
Yeah, but
in terms
the
of
army,
the invulnerable, I kind of don't agree because it's not that valuable in this edition.
I totally don't agree about the point cost and being this army being like so mobile, hard to balance, and yeah, it is more okay. I agree that this is the mobile army, but only around greater demons, and you need to basically you can't 16 deep strike everywhere unless you control the mid board, which your enemies should never allow. It's an interactive army. You can interact with these rules and block it. You have things to like deliver the aura of shadow, or however it's called. But this requires you to pay tax. And units there here, I think they're just too expensive. I mean, the basic units like bloodletters and maybe horrors or something like that, they're a little bit too expensive. That's my take on that.
I think horrors, bloodletters are. I think the other stuff is actually okay, but I'm no demons expert, but like I have played against him quite a lot recently. And I definitely think it's there's a very quick way you can hit critical mass when there's too much on the table. So we'll see. Maybe it's just something the codex can fix. I don't know. Maybe they'll just give them something extra survivability, like bring a unit back or whatever. I don't know.
We'll see. Now we've got Chaos Knights with quite a few points decreases. Even the Brigand got a -5 points. But some of the big knights got a bit more, which is interesting to see. But well, that's just about it. You can now fit 5 Questoris chassis into a list.
Yay.
Is it worth doing so?
Yay.
99% it isn't.
I have a list for the next tournament. Maybe not Pyra, but
oh fucking Christ!
Good for you. Enjoy it. I'm also 100% sure
that
the next time
terrifying.
I'm 100% sure the next time I run into Vitalis, that's what I'm going to see. 5 Questoris Knights, but of the Imperial variety.
It's not the best army to win the tournament, but it's the best army to win the drinking game.
So. Yeah, I mean it's definitely the contrary of AdMech that we've mentioned before, right?
Yeah.
You just need one big box, and it takes a lot less time.
I've never understood the appeal of knights. I understand that they are beautiful they are so easy to make beautiful when you paint them, but the idea of just moving 5 models around is just so boring for me.
No, it's great. It's great. When you start having back problems, you appreciate it more. Clearly, you're still young and prefer to move 25 units of infantry. So, yeah, you do that.
It's my aim.
Then we've got Chaos Space Marines, which I think are, I want to say, one of the surprises, as they've got a lot less nerfs than I think were anticipated, and some buffs.
No, I don't want to say this is the army that Josh plays. This is the army that got buffed. But them getting buffed this much was not on my bingo card, if I'm honest. Considering, all right, they didn't have the greatest win ratio, but they have a lot of bloody events won. So it's quite obvious it's an army that if you're good at the game, you can play it. If you're not, you kind of struggle with it. But, like, I'm not sure Obliterator's going down or Legionnaires going down for 10 man is actually a good change. I'm not sure Obliterator's going down is going to be good for the game with Abaddon. Especially I'm seeing a lot more people taking like 4 to 6 Obliterators with Abaddon, and honestly, it is really strong in terms of output. Not just because like they're quite survivable, but also because indirect with lethals or sustain and full rerolls just gets around the whole like what's the word? English is a hard language, isn't it? The whole drawback to doing indirect, you know, you can only hit on fours, etc. Abaddon just sort of like mostly ignores
bypasses that.
Bypass. Oh my god, you should teach me English. This is amazing. Yeah, so he bypasses that, which kind of like it's kind of pointless, right? So I think we'll see a lot more in lists, personally.
Definitely, but a lot of these points drops were in units you wouldn't normally see, right? So 10-man legionaries, don't think I've ever seen that. The Discordant, maybe in 8th edition or 9th.
I mean, it's pretty fucking useless, to be fair.
Yeah, still is. Warp Talents on the 5-man unit. That is one of those changes we've mentioned earlier, and it makes perfect sense, actually.
5-man Warp Talons going down is still what? Is that 125 points?
Yeah, it's still a lot. It's 10 points decrease.
That's 125 points for what? 25 attacks hitting on 3s. AP3 in the right detachment, sustained, so they hit on 2s.
20 attacks. I don't think they have.
Oh, they 4 attacks base. So 20 attacks. All right. Okay. So they basically practically hit on 2s. Definitely. So it's like 16 hits. Reroll windrows. They are still going to be able to. All right. They can only kill chaff. They can only kill your screen. But the fact that they can keep killing your screen constantly still makes them really, really high value, in my opinion. 125. A lot of people tell me I'm on drugs, but.
I would say
because the 5-man unit will actually have trouble killing your screen.
What, 10 cultists? Not a chance.
No, you just use some shooting. Fine. You can just control this, shoot something like, I don't know, 2 last cannons, 1 predator, autocannon, whatever, and then clear the unit out with warp talons. It's fine. Or just kill the small, like little screening units cheaply. I think like 5-man, for example, with this CSM gunline list, I would probably take 5-man warp talons. Depends on final points, but I have uses for that.
Yeah, I think being able to just waltz forward, kill someone's cultists that they then need to like utilize the board in turn 1 or 2 in gunline armies. So it'll make them more uncomfortable, but you're doing it for free, right? Because then they go back up in the air.
Yeah.
And you've just traded for nothing.
And you always got the threat of rapid ingressing them somewhere in the backfield.
And tying something up,
yeah, in the opponent DZ. You can do a lot of stuff, and this is, for 1 unit, I see value for that.
Okay.
I mean, but on the other hand, all the other stuff got like untouched, and there are a lot of CSM builds around. I guess this is going to be one of my main armies soon.
Yeah, I think with all the other nerfs as well to all the other armies, I think this just puts CSM in the top 5.
Yeah. Yes.
Could be. That could be what happens. Then we've got Dark Angels.
Oh, it's so good. Samael went down. Yay!
Deathwing Knights. Oh, okay, good for him. It's actually, I think, worthwhile that he's not been made a legend, so that he's still hanging around.
Good. yeah. Just on the edge, on the cliff's edge.
Yeah. It's the last time he escaped the X.
What was the point increase on Deathwing Knights?
They were 225, right? They were 225, so they're going 25 points each.
Okay.
No, they were 235. They've gone up 15.
Okay,
that's even better. So 3 points.
Yep.
Personally, I think the list will be still viable.
Yeah, it's not going to change much, is it?
See, you said this. However, you've got to combine this with the fact that Space Marine Eradicators and other things have gone up, which actually is where you start seeing quite a steady increase. I think on the basis on their own, I think them going up is not massive. Azrael going up, not massive. Lionel Johnson going down is at 285 points. He's still easy to kill.
Yeah.
But when we get to the Space Marine stuff, the actual Space Marine book themselves, I think when you combine all of this with the Space Marine increases, it does paint a bit of more of a negative picture. But we'll see.
Okay, well, we'll see. Now we've got Death Guard, a decrease on Death Shroud, Biologist, Putrefier, and Mortarion now only a 300.
Yes,
points.
he's also pick, I think, now at 300.
Come on, is it like the cheapest from the Demon Primarchs right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
By a fucking
now
by 50%. cheaper
Yeah.
than
Yes.
Demon Primarchs.
Yes.
Oh no, 33, a third cheaper.
I do apologize. My math is terrible. They are 50% more expensive than he is what we're looking for.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
This way, now we're both right.
Yeah. No, I think he's an auto pick. I think the Death Shroud Terminator is going down. I think is really interesting. I think they were very much on the edge of they're slow as fuck, but if you can ingress them and then they make a charge into something, they are going to kill. But at 110 points for 3 is kind of like, this is kind of an toughness 6, 3 up, 2 up, 4 up. They kind of can be used now, I think.
They're fine.
Yeah, but it's a rough one, like you've mentioned, right? They have trouble getting anywhere, so you really need to make room for them.
Yeah, no idea why the Putrefier went down. I can't figure that out. Like,
I think
he's running every
guy,
list,
right?
That's the grenade guy, the crits on 5s guy. He's running every single list.
Yeah, but you can't spawn grenades anymore. Yeah. So maybe that's the reason he's gone down. Though he's still pretty good. 50 points. Fuck, that's like for
50 points for crits on 5s when they can get lethals and sustains is really good. Because it's not just melee as well, it's shooting, right?
Yeah, he's still going in lists, right? 100%.
Yeah, I think Death Guard is still a fringe, like it's like an 8th army, a fringe one. If you take it because someone wants to take it, I don't think it's got.
It's a perfect defender army, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is something that those are really good changes for Death Guard. And we'll probably see them more on the table.
For sure. Oh, here we go.
And then we're seeing red again in Drukhari. Now, I keep forgetting that this is an army of an actually quite high win rate. Although
it's got a high
more
win
on
rate,
the other side of the pond.
Where? It only does well in America or Canada. Like, I don't really see it do much over here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mason, but it's pretty fucking mid-tier army in general. I think. Yeah. So go on. Don't be shy.
The thing is that I strongly believe that the success of Dark Elder was like made basically that people didn't know how to play against them mostly, and those were really new army. I might agree on one change, so for Reavers here, but all the other changes are, come on.
Drazar didn't even get taken. Why has he been touched? Why Drazar?
Yeah, like, he's got the Incubi keyword. Yeah, that's fuck that guy.
The one. Sorry, go on.
The army, in my opinion, was in really good position, and were fairly balanced in what the army did on table.
I agree. Now, it was a pure rock paper scissors army.
Yeah, the Reavers might be like a little bit too low on points, but it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, the only thing I do agree for me here is I think Mundrakes at 70 points for what they can do is definitely fine, given that they infiltrate and then they can uppy downy, and they can just block. They can disrupt quite a few game plans with that.
Do they have deep strike? I don't remember.
Yeah. They used to.
I believe they do. If not, a few people have cheated.
I just don't remember that. No, they don't.
Maybe, all right. Even if they don't, it's still a good thing, right? You can go there. You can do a bunch of actions.
Yeah, but they can.
They used to
they
have
don't.
it.
They don't, but they have like this weird wording.
Yeah, but it's in the rule.
Yeah, it's in the rule. It's fine. Yeah, all good.
Right, so they can. All right, so they can deep strike. Okay,
weird.
so 70 points for me for what they do is actually fine, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
But poor Drazar.
I think that.
My God.
All right, no.
It's,
This is. I was very surprised to see this.
I think this is going to be like theoretically, it's like maybe 1.5 units, maybe 2 units, depending on the list that have been taken out of these, which is going to hurt. I don't know about the viability, but for me, it doesn't even factor in the top 8 anymore. It's going to be a lot harder to just have the same impact, and I just don't really see it. And it's really sad actually, because I was thinking to myself, I'd really like to start Drukari, maybe, and I did this like last week. So I started to look at prices, and now I'm like, okay, fair enough. I'll not touch them.
Good for you. They've saved you some monies.
Yes. Ooh.
And then Gene Steers, I think, are quite big winners here. So almost everything just went down.
Yeah. What else that wasn't on my bingo board was Aberrants going down for 5, because they did not need a points decrease, in my opinion. In fact, GSC didn't need it. Yeah, they went down 15 points for 5. GSC, I mean, and Meison's going to disagree with me here, GSC didn't need any points drops. It just needed the fucking army rule fixing. So it's not RNG, it just needs flat resurrections. The points were fine.
I think that both things are needed to happen, basically. Some of the points were really wrongly placed, like Atalan Jackals. The infantry acolytes and Neophytes were fine, basically, for me. But Atalans were a little bit too expensive.
I agree with that,
yeah. Aberrants are fine, I guess.
Problem with Aberrants is it's like they're good in one detachment, they're semi-okay in others. But it's the same with a lot of units. If you make it too good in one detachment, it's too good if you drop it too much, just to make sure that it's viable in others. The bikes, I agree, they were shit at 90. They're still shit at 80, to be fair.
Yeah, they should be much lower, to be honest.
Yeah, 70 points for the bikes, if I'm honest with you.
They're so 70 points, I will take probably three units of them.
Yeah,
in Outlander.
Yeah, exactly. But you have to also factor in the resurrection is like 1 extra turn. It's not instant now. It is like for every other unit, because they've got to do the whole strategic reserves thing. It's easy to screen out. It's easy to stop, which means you are putting them backwards, and it's 1 extra turn for them to get engaged. So they don't do a lot of damage. They don't survive. Stealth, fantastic. Toughness 4, 5 up saves. They don't do anything. They're great in Outlander. For me, taking them outside of that is just silly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're only good in Outlander because of the OC and stuff around.
Yeah, for sure. But GSC are, for me, one of the top winners from this, because a lot of their bad matchups got hit.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not sad at all.
I think no one here is sad.
Yeah.
With that. Grey Knights. Couple of points dropped.
This I did not quite understand. I don't know why Terminator squads have gone down. Is it because people were taking only bricks? Because I've seen people take 5s. Quite often.
The majority of times they're taken in 5s.
Yeah. So Purgation Squad, I fully understand. I think they were very expensive for what they did. But like Terminators and Paladins, it's...
A Purgation Squad is 4 special weapons, if you remember.
Yeah, I think it's 4 special weapons on a strike squad body, basically. So, yeah.
Oh, and they have indirect fire.
Exactly.
Yay! But you can't do flamers, right, with indirect.
Yeah. So you need to basically take...
It's fucking pointless. It's fucking pointless. I love it.
Probably I should have them in the list.
I still think they do quite a bit of damage. You know, when you can give them something. I forgot what buff you can give them, but they're the ones that can also take these side cannons, right?
Yeah,
they can.
You
can give them +1 hit.
4 side cannons. 4 side cannons. Sit them like in the backfield somewhere behind the ruins.
Give them give them +1 to hit. if you don't want it indirect, and it's like, yeah, it's quite good. So 240 for 10 is not terrible, because they also come with like models with melee weapons as well, so you can like whack on Drago maybe if you wanted to, just to add a little bit more damage, but I'm not sure why you would, but you could, or another character. I don't know.
I think that the biggest thing here is that none of the Dread Knights got any increase. So
why they didn't get decreases? What the fuck?
So you can still spam 6 Dread Knights and have a really good list.
Yeah.
Strike squad didn't drop. I mean, especially now when you look at the other, units with the same.
Strikes are fine at that cost. They give sticky, they scout, they are pretty good at what they do.
They are fine, but I think like they should have a little decrease on that, because they right now you don't need a battle line squad, because you will probably not play secrets. So going purgation squad is more efficient, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, but strike squads are still fine, I guess.
And we've got Imperial Agents.
Subductors make sense. They just keep throwing them in all the fucking custodies or whatever. This is a non-relevant one. We can move on from that. Yeah, there's only like 2 players in the world. Canis Rex went up. Fantastic news.
Yeah. How big of a change is it? I don't think it's that big, right?
I don't think it's big, but it's like it does actually still points. Like. Yeah, it also just means that like maybe there's a world where people don't take 6 Dread Knights and Canis Rex, and
maybe, although I
Libbies
think it still is.
Stop it.
Especially since Dread Knights didn't change. I mean, I think if you were taking Canis Rex, you probably still are if you're believing in that model's abilities and efficiency.
I mean, still good for what he does, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that huge of a change, right? If you look at it percentage-wise, for example. Now a couple of points drops on the Dominus body and on the Errant and the Gallant. I only know of this Gallant, the combat one, and its cost now matches the Chaos version of it. And as mentioned before, you can actually squeeze in 5 of the big bodies if you want to try.
I see 5 big bodies. I see a meta full of vehicles. I see everyone bringing anti-tank. I see no Imperial Knights going anywhere. It's just a vicious cycle. So
Yep. Cycle of life.
It's a shame. I don't think there's a single person in the world that did not expect Jaegers to go up, to be honest with you. Other than that, Votan are just flat the entire edition, realistically, after their first point buff. But they're going to be flat always. They're just a consistent army. They're they are like an 8th army if you need that, like, sort of like consistent points. Because it's very hard to 20-0 them. But it's very hard for them to 20-0 as well. It's just, hey, I want to throw something in as a defender that can get 10 every game. They're your safe bet, but it's still very boring. I can't wait for them to get the Codex so they've got a bit more flesh and a little bit more excitement to them, because it's kind of stale right now.
With Codex, the Codex they will be better.
Oh, for sure. Hopefully we get the second one.
They're also one of the armies that actually benefited from going first, and now like with Secret Mission gone, you can actually try to push something. But also, the changes here do not change vote on it, I guess.
It changed everything. So I had so many lists that were like 1980 points. So like 20 up, 2000.
Yeah,
it just isolate better.
You usually pick also 2 times Jaegers, and that's fine. 500 armies are fine, but
I think there's a world where you can play 5-1.
Their biggest benefit is other armies getting nerfed, right?
Absolutely. Like,
and they weren't in a bad spot, so.
Exactly. As we said before, like, there's 2 ways to get buffed. One is you get buffed physically, you're directly, or you indirectly get buffed because a bad matchup got nerfed. Yeah, exactly. Yep. The Pioneers is all right actually because like for Pariah, I've not really used the Pioneers. Fucking hell, Jaegers. I've not used Jaegers much because you score more towards the end, so they've not actually been that really useful. Whereas now that you can actually start being a bit more aggressive, I think I'll start adding them back in. But yeah, it's slim flat, no change whatsoever. I think in their win ratio, if I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, maybe like up 1%.
And then we've got Necrons.
So I've recently been introduced, right? I've recently been introduced to that little shit, the Tesseract Vault. Have you played a Tesseract Vault, Myson?
And I saw that on table. But
you've not seen Gitto play one, have you? Is Gitto not playing a Tesseract Vault?
Come on, it's unplayable on WTC terrain, so
yeah.
So
I played against one recently. Fuck it, God, you went.
Okay, yeah, but you can only play this thing on the UKTC rules.
I actually disagree, and that's not true because we've actually been testing this. So we've got Battle of Britain, right? And we've been testing this, and out of 6 tables per round, it works quite well on 4 of them. Apart from one round where it only works on 2. So as a defender, I think it's very useful, and because of all. So I don't necessarily.
But you will always find like 2 counters for that. To be honest.
100%. That's the other thing.
So it doesn't work like a defender if you. I think it's, on UKTC it's like really good.
It's a fucking.
But on WTC it's unplayable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I am glad it went up though because I think the problem is Hypercrypt just is so much of a force multiplier for like Titanic things. You know, the Tesseract Vault, the monoliths. It's just a massive force multiplier, being able to reposition them around the board. I cannot fathom why the hell a Doomsday Ark has gone down in points. Why?
So you can still fit them alongside your monolith that went up.
Yeah, and Doomsday Arcs are not that good. I mean, they're super.
Really?
They're random with the main cannon. But as a screening and a thing, because the footprint is really good, really big. They are fine.
I don't know. I think they're really good. I think the uniqueness about them is the AP4 damage 4 strength. Yes.
Yeah.
So
yes, for sure, you're right. But on the other hand, it's a totally random gun.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I played Gitto against it, and it never did anything with the main gun. So
look, Gitto rolling for it, right?
Best things that he did with Doomsday Ark was actually charging and.
So the man's a menace. Here though, I think there's some good changes to Necrons. What they've obviously done is focused on those that are very relevant in Hypercrypts for sure. Obviously, like single locust destroyers, reducing them. Heavy destroyers were really good. Increasing them. The monolith, the vault, arguably not in WTC but everywhere else in the world. Death marks. And then reducing some things that allow them to play other detachments. Like I think the Phalanx detachment is going to be quite popular now. They changed to the Silent King getting the I think it was a Triarch keyword, was it?
Yeah, the Triarch
keyword. It opens quite a bit of play in that detachment, and with it being quite more of a tanky and allows them to play more in melee as well. There's definitely, especially in teams, I think it's going to be quite a decent defender. And then obviously Triarch Praetorians going down and the Stalker just sort of signifies that. I don't know if you've got thoughts there, Myson.
To be honest, I don't know what Phalanx detachment do.
Nice. Fair enough.
Just remember that Ghetto is my first party
access to Necrons,
and I'm listening about Necrons a lot.
That's fair. That's
maybe
fair.
A big chunk of my 40k time is listening to Ghetto and his ideas on Necrons, and I have never heard anything about Phalanx detachment. So
Well, maybe now you will. Good luck. That's another 27 days of content right there for you. Waiting.
Orcs, let's go.
Pandora's can. Yeah, so a lot of drops here and almost everywhere on units that might have not seen as much play, except for boys and Meganubs. Okay, I'm taking back what I just said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a lot of drops all around. I mean, I think that's gonna spike up their performance.
Yeah. I think Orcs are in a really, really tough spot. And a lot of it is because of a lot of rules issues that they've got, and there's like their output is not really matching other armies in terms of when they go and they pressure. Boys going down is great. Meganobs going down is great. I have no idea why they were so expensive in the first place, given that I think the issue, like as we're seeing now with Games Workshop, is they are trying to point a unit, but then one detachment just makes it insane, and which means it's really hard to point. So like Bully Boy's making Meganobs like really good because of the double war, but then outside of that, they're not that good. So maybe in the future they'll start pointing, if you take this in this detachment, or you take this, if you take more than one unit, you get more points to help swing that. But Orcs kind of got hit hard because of this, because of both Green Tide and Bully Boys. But it's really nice to see that the kill rig is going down. And you know, the big mechs, the base naggers, the boys, the Meganobs. I think Orcs are going to be in a better spot now that they've actually fixed the fact that war bosses can hear if they were inside their own vehicle.
Yeah, I think that they got buffed, and they were like on the edge of, at least in teams, they were on the edge of taking. Mm-hmm. And right now they got buff. I still think like the main issue with Orcs is the army rule, so and declaring this first.
Mm-hmm.
If they change this to declare that in your any command phase, it's fine. And right now you are playing two different games if you go first or go second. Basically, that's the issue with Orcs.
Yeah, and I think the secret mission change is probably the worst one. They're probably the one army that has been hit hard, because if you go seconds, at least you've got something to play for towards the end.
Yeah.
And then obviously changing
that. Taken away.
Yeah, so now they've no incentive to play defensive. They've all the incentive to play aggressive. That's going to be a bit difficult, but like getting like maybe one or two more units in is going to help, I think. It's keen to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, just like Myson said, right, with that army rule constructed that way, you're not always able to fully utilize your aggressive play. It just might not be meant to be in some points. Right, Space Marines. So 3 pages of units now. The Biologist has gone up. Intercessors with jump packs up. Eradicators up. Obviously the more often picked ones with stuff like Invader ATV or Invictor Tactical Warsuit, probably datasheets people have already forgotten about from 8th edition. And Van Vets with jump packs also going up. Fire Discipline also being changed. Same.
Are we entering the Invader ATV meta? Is that the question?
Yes, that is the question. Is the time right?
Is this ATV time?
Yeah, can it still be brought back with an apothecary, or is that long gone?
That's probably gone, because apothecary can't.
It used to be. I can't remember which edition that was. Can't remember which edition that was, but you could bring an Invader ATV back for 0 CP. That was 9th, and then probably
9th edition. It was super funny.
Oh, yeah. But since then, what is that?
Sorry, go on.
So basically, I think that Van Vets with jump packs and also their sisters, that they deserve some increases. Maybe Van Vets, no, but definitely the Assault Squad with jump packs were like too low on points. I'm not sure what like decreases on storm speeders mean yet, because they were all, for me they were always like too expensive for what I did. Maybe some like, yeah, but right now we still do have like a good other Space Marine armies, essentially the Blood Angels, that will probably dominate the metagame for a while. So I'm not sure this like changes to speeders are significant like right now.
Yeah, or Rabute Gilliman. Can't wait to never see him on the table again.
Come on, I played him once on the tournament.
You did?
Yeah, but not a edition ago.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. So not now then, not in 10. Probably when he was good, yeah.
Well, he resurrected on 2-up, and
yeah,
he
had
was
a
not
3-up
good.
in Vuln.
Something
And a 2-up save. I think that was what he had going for him at the beginning.
Oh, beautiful.
Then just gave rerolls to everything. All of the rerolls.
Possible.
Yeah, then we've got Space Wolves with the Thunderwolf Cavalry going up, the Lone Logan Grimnar going up as well, Björn going up. I'm surprised the Wolfen have not gone up. Other than that, I think pretty much expected.
But rejoice because Hounds of Morkai have gone down.
No, I hate this army. I want it to die all of the times because
Why?
I'm a Thousand Suns fan.
Because
so
he's a Thousand
in my blood.
Sun player.
Don't worry, we're gonna get to you soon. Don't worry, your time's coming.
I do worry because of that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know what you think, Myson, but I think the fucking points costs have shot up. I think I was looking at a couple of lists. I think one was like 140 points extra or something daft.
I think the list of Space Wolves will still be the same. Basically, you lose a squad of Queen, and you still have like all the tools you need. So 3 times.
No, you lose 2 squad. It's 120 points on 18 cavalry.
Yeah, 120 points is one squad of something.
So somewhere. Yeah.
And you still can so this list will still be there. So Wolf Jail is still in the game. Taking into consideration that majority of things got nerfed, this is still a list that you need to be aware of, and basically, yeah. And it's
interesting.
To be honest, I'm fine with cavalry costs right now, but maybe Wolfen should get up a little.
Yeah, I think Wolfen are just sort of like, because Thunderwolf Cavalry and Jump Pack Intercessors obviously being so prevalent, and Thunderwolf Cavalry being the problem, Wolfen are just sort of under the radar.
Yeah, exactly. 100% agree on that.
All right, let's show us. Come on. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought it would be Thousand Suns.
Luckily, not yet.
You know what, right? Long gone is the age of the battle suit. Now we are in the era of the Kroot.
I still don't know what they're doing.
they're doing...
are losing games. But they've gone down in points for you.
Yeah,
so
65 points, 130 points.
Okay, more of them on table to kill. Easy.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe now they'll reach the critical mass with an 18 Rampagers support. So again, you can now spend a lot of money to put this on the table.
I almost took this to LGT because I had a bet that I would run Kroot and go 4-1. And then I looked at the price of actually getting the whole army together, and I was like, nope. It was cheaper to lose the bet than it was to buy the army. But no, the Kroot are very fun. It's not like, oh, this is like a top 5 army. I think it is a good little skew that, especially in teams or in singles, you're going to come against some armies that just can't deal with it when there's that many bodies. but it will ultimately hit a brick wall. So it's not like, oh, you're going to easily win a GT. But I definitely think if you throw that many crew on, you can probably 4-1 with it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's still a stat check, right?
It is, yeah, but it's a cute one.
And there's
right?
more of it now.
Yeah, and you get dogs with it and everything. It's adorable. And Rampages look awesome. I don't care what any of you say. Rampages look amazing.
I actually agree.
The Riptides going up is absolutely expected, if I'm going to be honest with you, because Riptides were just all over the place. Piranhas going up was, I suppose, makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
It does. Although I'm not sure Tau needed the points increases in general.
I think
they were in that oppressive
Tau.
spot. So.
No, Tau is more of a case of if you're going to drop some of a lot of the armies Tau's not good into, it probably does need a points decrease a little bit just to bring it in line with like when Thousand Suns etc. gets dropped, because Tau is still a really good one of them armies where if you play it really well on the right tables, obviously it is a very strong army. Is that Farsight in 95? Yeah.
That is Farsight at 95, yep.
Fair.
Right, and then there you go.
Yes,
now you can...
yes. There we go, the fun one. How do you feel about this?
Well, I'm obviously bummed, but this is well deserved, right? So
there's one green thing here.
Take it on the chin. Yes. Now, Araman with 10 flamers. He's back. He's going to kill.
I can't believe they buffed Thousand Suns. I cannot believe they buffed them.
Yeah.
That's so undeserved. No.
Let's always look on the bright side. At least you got the buff.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yes.
Some armies just got pure nerfs. Look at you, you're getting buffs.
yeah, buffs thrown in as well. Yeah, I feel better now, guys. Thanks.
Good. You deserve. Just remember, you deserve it.
All good now. It's all good now. Yeah.
To be honest, I really don't understand this. I mean,
what you mean?
There are a couple of things that
nerfs?
Yeah, the amount of nerfs. I think like Forge Fiends, Monolith Warrior Beast, they deserved increase. Especially Beast. Beast is still like too cheap for me. But Magnus characters, they're fairly priced, I guess.
I agree. I don't understand about the volume of nerfs either. I thought there'd be more.
Honestly, I'm actually surprised by 2 of these. And
is one of them
I might
Magnus?
give up one of them. What did this guy do to deserve this? I don't know. This guy, I think, also didn't need it at the point where we're at, where you no longer indirect with a flamer, where his slowdown is brought in line with other slowdowns, and it's just a lot worse than it was previously. Yeah, so those ones are odd for me.
Do you know what annoys me the most about this? Is Thousand Suns are still going to be really good.
No, I don't think so.
They are. I think they will be.
I'm not sure on the really good. They're still good, but now it's like you're either losing the chaff that would open up the games for you, or you're losing out the output
I think
to
you
a
just
point
lose
where it
one
might
vortex
not be
beast.
enough. Well, yeah, but Vortex Beasts are so cool, man.
They're really
you can't
good.
just lose it. You can't just drop it like that.
You can't. You've
so
just
easy.
got to be brave. Just be brave. You just got to be brave and make the leap.
Yeah, I mean, I can now rejoice in the fact that I only own 2, so
there you go. See, there you go. Your list has written itself.
So not only you got a buff in the RB, but also the change made you happy.
Money. Yes.
So you're actually happy because you saved some money.
Yes, give me more nerfs, but only on the models I do not own. So I think they should nerf the Helldrake next, because I don't have one.
You know what? The fact that they did not do that actually is a catastrophe. They should have just done all of it in red. and
Yeah,
it still would not
that
be
would
enough.
make you happy, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah, because they're like Eldar 2.0 after Sisters is Eldar 3.0.
Right.
No,
After Sisters, so it's Eldar 3.0.
yeah, Sisters are Eldar 3.0.
Okay.
No, I think
I'm gonna
Thousand
mute
Suns
you
will
if
still
you
be
say
good.
anything else.
I think Thousand Suns will still be good. I don't think Thousand Suns will have the easier route than they've had. I disagree with people telling me that you've got to be really skilled to play this at the top level. That's a lot of nonsense. It does handheld it a lot in a lot of regards. But I don't think that they're just going to cruise their way to 5-0. I think it's going to be a bit of a fight, but I still think they've got the prowess to do it. And I still think they probably belong in a team's environment, just not in the top 5. I think it's definitely a 7th or 8th pick. Whether you agree or not, Mason? Good talk.
Yeah,
You want to know my opinion for a change?
We know your opinion.
It's a bit too early to tell if they fit into the 8. I think that's one that really needs to be...
What an opinion. What an opinion you've thrown into the mix. High value.
My first take is that Thousand Suns do not fit into 8-man team anymore.
Okay.
Because they barely fit into our team composition before the nerf, because the majority of the results were basically based on the suppress factor to outskill the opponent, because one error from any side just meant that Thousand Suns will just crush you and kill everything. Right now, if you play the fair game and just don't kill yourself basically playing against T-Suns, they just don't have the means to slow the game. Raw firepower, they'll be really good, but they don't have they won't have that many squads to just cover the entire board and slow the game to block the primary points from the opponent. That's my take. This might need to be tested in practical application. They're still good army. Like I said, Mortal Beasts are a little bit too cheap for me. Because I would still take 2 for 160 points. And Magnus is still a great force multiplier, but in the end, they lost a lot compared to what they were at WTC time.
How many points on average do you think a list is going up?
So the list.
How do you not know this? You've literally got a list. You're a Thousand Suns player. How do you not know how much?
Because I'm lazy and new recruit's not updated yet. And not only that, after the latest app update, I've lost all my lists. They've removed them.
That's a shame. You can start again. 200 points, 120, 150 points?
But it happened
something
only
like
to
that.
you.
Wait, 20, 50, 55, and then I've had 3 of these guys. 4 of these guys would be nice.
Fucking god, it's gonna take all night. All right, 2 units maybe 1.5 units. Just say that.
It's 2 units because it's awkward.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. All right, let's move on. I think they'll be fine. I just realized it's been 1 hour and 38 minutes of going through all these points.
Yeah, but look at you. You're still awake.
I am so committed.
I always assume we can do this in an hour, and it never happens because there's so many fucking factions in this game.
One day we'll do this.
Yeah, I'm so committed to making this and actually making a 10 p.m. recording that I chugged a Red Bull beforehand, and now I'm very concerned I'm not going to sleep.
But that's your secret. Sleep is for the weak.
Let's go. Tyranny.
Yes, Tyranids. I drop for Carnifexes with an increase on Old One Eye, so that balances out, right?
Yeah, basically we have a trend of single taken units get increased in Pyre Wars. I don't think that many of these changes matter in the big picture.
No. No, I think
there's very little of them anyway.
Parents are the same basically as they were.
Yeah, I think this is a case of, hey, we lose maybe an enhancement.
At best.
Or a lictor.
Depends what detachment you're playing.
Yeah,
let's move on.
It's not a lot, is it? And okay.
Then we've got no. Go ahead if you want to add something else about Nits.
They killed my army.
I'm so pissed off that they increased Chaos Spawn. I was enjoying Chaos Spawn in my very limited games with World Eaters. Do you know how fun it is to throw 6 Chaos Spawn at someone and explain it's got a 4 Thermal Pain and tank so much shit? Like I had 2 of them tank Gazkul's unit and it was really fun. And now they've killed it. It's 5 points. Like, why? What's the fucking point?
5 points. Oh yeah, it's god, so overpriced right now.
The thing with these updates is that you actually, from this single point increases, you lose a unit, and combined with that, nerf on Bloods Search move, the army get nerfed a little bit. I mean, not nerfed to the ground. On the other hand, we have like a really big buff from the secret mission change. First of all, Angron is still in. It's just a good model. Master of Executions was, in my opinion, optional. Some of my World Eaters lists just dropped Master of Execution. You can get really good lists without the Berserkers, to be honest. So it spawns for 70 points.
Be careful what you say about Spawn.
They're still amazing.
There we go. That's a straight. They are really good. Like I think I'm so addicted to have a Thermal Pain on them. It's like fucking hell. They'll take. I mean,
the list will probably turn around into being the basic list will turn around to be 8-bound MSU spam. Maybe Terminators will take place here because they are actually kind of okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have World Eaters lists with the same list, I guess. Lost 1 unit of something and gained a buff because of the secret mission change.
Do you know what's really bad?
What's the list? Sorry, Danny. I'm gonna cut you off.
How dare you? How dare you?
Was the go-to list still 1975 points? I mean, with a 20-point increase on Angron and 5 on Chaos Spawn, that's perfect 2000.
No, I was at 2K, no?
I don't know. I don't play this army. You played games with it.
I've played games, like...
games.
Also, the big thing to mention...
Aren't you an expert yet, then?
What's the big thing
Come on, we are all experts and on everything because we live in Poland. Yeah, that's the old saying. World Eaters, another buff comes from the nerf of the biggest enemy, so T-Sons and Sisters. While I personally think that Sisters game is still loose, and the pairing is doomed for World Eaters. But on the other hand, the T-Sons, maybe it's doable right now. Maybe.
I have absolutely no feedback on that. I tried it once and it was not fun. It's not my kind of enjoyment, if I'm honest. It's not my kink.
Yeah, I think the army is okay. I'll play it because I like playing World Eaters. I'll find a list. So
that's cool. I was gonna say it's funny because like my list only went up 15 points because I wasn't using Angron on other Master of Executions. We don't need Anyway, moving on.
So that's your fault, yeah? That's all because of you playing.
I am a fucking genius.
You started playing World Eaters and suddenly all the units that you took.
Exactly. I tried all 3 of them and then
we agreed to see positives. For example, if you bring your Angron back, you gain more points than before.
Holy shit!
Than before.
Holy shit! You are
There you
more
go.
points above your opponent, which is
Oh,
great.
no.
Except I never bring Angron back, so I've done
They
it once.
buffed them again. No.
Like we said, skill issues.
Yeah. I brought him back once, and it was the greatest day of my life.
You see,
No.
it's so easy to get happy during a day. Just roll.
I brought him back, and I was like, "Fuck yeah! I can charge the Nightbringer, charge him into the Nightbringer, and my 3 Exalted killed the Nightbringer before I conquered." So I was like, "Yeah, nice." And then he died. I was like, "Fantastic."
You did a great job.
I am a very good World Eaters player.
Perfect.
Let's go on. Is it
There's nothing to go on. At last, we're done.
Perfect. Just before the midnight.
Yes.
So let's say goodbyes. I have an event to prepare for tomorrow.
Yes, I have bases I need to finish. So
So everyone, thanks for tuning in to this very long episode. If you've stuck with us to the end, well, good for you. We're obviously very thankful for that. Make sure to check out our sponsors in the video description below, the Army Painter and Weyland-Yutani. Make sure to tune in to our social medias across the weekend, as Daniel Meissen will be at Pyra. I'm actually going to an RTT, and I'm very happy about that. I don't go to too many of these nowadays, so that's great stuff. And yes, a massive thank you to our sponsors and our community of patrons and YouTube members. And with all of that said, we bid you a goodbye and hope to see you next week, same time, same day. Bye-bye.
Bye.